Hello everyone, welcome back to the Advanced English course. In today's video, we'll be talking about words related to stress at work. So you will find words which will talk about work environment as well as stress related words will be discussed in today's video. But before we talk about them, let me quickly introduce that our fluency course is live again. The new batch is starting soon. You can visit the website english.learnwithsamanash.com, and in case you have any queries related to the course, you can always drop us an email and we'll help you with all the questions. Now let's talk about the intermediate words. We'll have few advanced words and few intermediate words. The first word is overwhelmed. Overwhelmed. Feeling like you have too much to deal with. When there's a lot of task in hand and you're not able to do it properly, you may have a feeling of overwhelming, or you may feel overwhelmed. For example, I felt overwhelmed by the number of tasks on my desk. There's so much to do. Next we have burnout. Extreme exhaustion caused by long-term stress. When you have been taking stress for a couple of days, for a couple of months, there will be a point in your life when you will feel burnt out. Example is, after working 14 hours per day for weeks, she experienced burnout. That means she has been working so much that her body cannot take it anymore. So she is burnout. Moving on, we have pressure. Pressure is a normal word which we use in our day-to-day lives as well. Mental or emotional strain from expectations or deadlines. Right? When you have so much to do and there's a time frame you have to do it, you develop a pressure on you. You feel some pressure. There is constant pressure to meet targets in this job. I have to always keep on doing something to meet the deadlines. Then we have workload. When you have, for example, the amount of work someone has to do. So much work to do, and when a lot of work keeps on adding, it becomes a workload. For example, my workload has doubled since the company is downsized. Downside means when they start letting people go. So there are less number of people and more workload on each individual. Next we have cope. To deal effectively with difficult situations. You know, how do you manage things? How do you cope up with things? For example, he finds it hard to cope with the demands of this job. He is not able to manage it properly. Moving on, we have unwind. Unwind means to relax and release stress. When you take break from your work, when you try not to stress anymore. For example, I usually unwind by watching movie after work. There's so much pressure at work that when I come home, I don't think of anything else. I try to unwind. I try to relax. We have tension as the next word. Mental or emotional strain or stress. Mental stress is called as tension. For example, there is a lot of tension in the office during project deadlines. There is a pressure. Because of that pressure, tension develops, and we need to find ways to solve that. Moving further, we have one of the easiest word, but at the same time people are not able to use it often. That's called as fatigue. Fatigue means extreme tiredness, typically from mental or physical work. Extreme tiredness. One is tiredness, the next one is extreme tiredness. For example, the long hours caused severe fatigue. I'm extremely tired. Moving on, we have deadlines. Simply means the latest time by which something has to be completed. For example, when I post some videos, I have a deadline to create script, to post the videos, to edit them, and you have a time frame to do all of this. That becomes your deadline. The constant pressure of meeting deadlines is exhausting. This constant pressure that you have to do everything by this time, it's really exhausting. So this is the word that you can start using easily in your conversations. Moving on, we have multitask. Multitask means to do many things at the same time. Our mothers are multitasker. They do many things at the same time. I often have to multitask, which adds to my stress. So all the words that we have been discussing are something when you are talking about some kind of pressure on yourself, when you talk about how tired you are due to your work, are very important words that you can use. Now let's talk about some of the advanced words. First, anxiety. Anxiety means a feeling of worry or nervousness. When a lot of pressure has been developed, you are feeling fatigue, you're feeling stressed, something develops in your body that you're not able to cope up easily. That's called as anxiety. For example, workplace uncertainty often adds to anxiety. When nothing is sure in the workplace, it leads to anxiety. We have overload. There was a word called as workload. This is overload. It means having too much to deal with. So many tasks to deal with. For example, mental overload makes it hard to focus. There's so much going in my head that finally, or at this point, I'm feeling overloaded. I'm not able to manage. Next, we have micromanagement. A very simple word, but I have not seen many students using this. When excessive control over small details by the manager is done, that's called as micromanagement. When they are checking each and every step of your work. Constant micromanagement adds unnecessary stress. It adds unnecessary stress. Moving on, we have procrastination. Procrastination means delaying tasks unnecessarily. You were supposed to do this task by Monday, but you don't want to do it and you keep on pushing it forward. That's called as procrastination. It means procrastination often leads to last minute stress. When you keep on pushing your work and you're not able to meet the deadline, what you are doing? You are actually developing some stress on you. We have next word, resilience. Resilience, it means the ability to recover from stress or difficulties. When people are pushing you, when nobody is paying attention on your mental health, but you have the capability to deal with all. You are a resilient person, you are a hardcore person. Building resilience is key to surviving high pressure jobs. If you develop that resistance in you, if you become resilient, you can handle any kind of pressure. Moving on, we have toxic environment. Toxic environment, it means a harmful workplace atmosphere. Harmful workplace. Nobody is there to support you, everybody is just pulling your leg. Next, a toxic environment can drain your energy quickly. It can drain your energy quickly. Next, we have overtime. It means extra hours worked beyond normal time. When you work more than what you are getting paid for, that becomes overtime. Nowadays, a lot of companies are paying for overtime. Example, regular overtime is one of the reasons for staff burnout. People are burning out quickly. They are not able to handle things because they are doing overtime. Next, we have breakdown. There was a word called as burnout. There is a word called as breakdown. A collapse due to stress or mental strain. When you are not able to handle anything, deadlines are adding on, you're developing unnecessary stress, there will be a point when you will give up. You will break down. You won't be able to survive that situation. He suffered a breakdown after months of overwork. He was not able to stand anymore. He was done. Next, we have PTO, paid time off. Time off from work with pay. When you take a break and you still get the payment. Example, she took PTO to recover the work-related stress. She worked so much, she worked overtime, she was almost at a stage of touching the breakdown, but finally her manager gave her PTO. Go and relax, you will get paid. Next, we have work-life balance. This is a phrase that people are using in today's life because they're able to work from home and they're able to have a balance between their work as well as life. The word is also used in all the work scenarios. It means the balance between work and responsibilities and personal life. You're managing work and personal life at the same time. Without proper work-life balance, stress becomes unavoidable. If you do not have any balance, you will feel pressure. That's all for today's class. If you need PDF for this document that we just discussed, all the words that we discussed, you have to simply write us an email on learnwithsamanesh@gmail.com. And I really want you to leave a comment, leave a sentence by using any of these two words. In the description box, you will find our email address as well. I will personally check all your answers. I'll personally reply to all your comments. But this is really important. You need to practice and start using these words into your conversations. Only then they will become a part of your life. I'll meet with you in the next video. Till then, enjoy yourself. Bye-bye.